Good morning, fitness followers, and happy Fitness Friday. So welcome to today's edition of Fun Fitness Fridays. And what we will be showing you today over the course of 3 different videos is 11 prehab and mobility movement exercises to get you out of pain. These will help improve your posture, and we're working on hip mobility and rotation and shoulder mobility and rotation. These are really, really important exercises to help get you out of pain and keep you out of pain. That's the most important thing. And also they help improve posture, which is so important for us. So I'm going to start today with the hip mobility exercises. This first video will be followed by 2 more. If you're not on our emailing list, make sure to get on that, because we're going to be you'll be getting this in your email. But if you're on Facebook and seeing this, sign up for our email list by posting below. Okay, so here we go. Tim is going to be our Director of Movement and Play and Exercise, is going to be talking me through these exercises. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, thanks, Annie. So we have 5 exercises or movements that we love to do to, as Annie said, to improve the hip mobility. Remember, we've talked about hip rotational deficit that most people suffer from. In other words, they don't have enough hip rotation, which leads to back pain, both lower back pain, upper back pain, as well as knee pain. So this is designed to help you do that. If you're not in pain, then you still want to do these, and we use these as part of our movement prep activities prior to doing some other workouts. So the first thing Annie's going to do, there's 5 exercises that we're going to do of movement prep, is a leg, what we just call a leg kick, and it mimics it like kicking a soccer ball, or if you're really old, when we were kids we used to play kickball. So basically it's a front to back motion. Notice Annie's posture, so she's standing really tall, her head's up. We do suggest you hang on to something at first. Eventually we don't want you to, because it'll improve your balance. So she'll go to her other leg, and if you are on the emailing list, then you'll get the exact how many reps and the sequence and other directions and stuff like that. But you can see, very simple. These are just what we call some leg kicks. Okay, can you turn to the side now? So now the second exercise of movement is something called a leg swing. So it's basically swinging back and forth. Again, notice Annie's tremendous posture. She stands up nice and tall. You saw her hitch a little bit. That's why she's hanging on to, again, she's hanging on to a chair, a railing, anything that you can hang on, because these aren't always easy. Go ahead and stop, and then she go the other side. So it's very simple. Basically start out nice and easy, and then you'll notice go a little bit higher, Annie, if you can. And this really, really is great for, you can see the hip working, the abductor, the groin muscles getting stretched out, so we like that. So the first 2 again were leg swings and leg kicks. The next one is something called out the window. So she's going to go straight up with a leg, out to the side, and then stop right there, Annie. Pretend that you're going out a window or over a hurdle. Boom. And then she puts her foot all the way down. Bring it up again, out to the side. So it's up, out, whip, down. Up, out, whip, down. And keep the belly button nice and tight. There. One more time. And if you notice her t-shirt, I'm going to have her actually switch sides. Or move, yeah. No, turn and face me this way. And yeah, there you go. And if you'll notice, her t-shirt is really ripping. That's how you know the core's involved. She comes up nice and high up to the side. Now you may not get that high at first. You want to go, if it's painful, then let's modify it, go a little bit lower, Annie. Boom, boom, boom. So again, let pain be a guide. Okay, do a full one again. So it's straight up, out to the side, and out. And it's called the out the window. If you're working with kids, we call it the fire hydrant, the dog in the fire hydrant, and you can figure out why we could do that. And they giggle and laugh, and that's sort of fun too. All right, so that's the third one in our hip rotational deficit, how to overcome hip pain. The next one that she's going to do is called the groin abductor stretch. So she's going to lean to one side and hold that position for anywhere from about 10 seconds. And go ahead. So Annie's pointing to the particular muscle group, abductor, that's getting stretched. Okay, come up nice and tall. Let's stay on that side. So she's going to go to the side again. And again, if you're on the emailing list, we do have a sheet, a document that will tell you about how many reps to do and stuff like that. Stand up, and we'll do one more. Nice and tall. Beautiful. Hold it there. She's going to work on her breath again. Whenever we're doing static stretching like this, we want to incorporate breath exercises. And I'm sure if you've ever heard Annie talk, she tells you the importance of the breath. Okay, let's do the other side, Annie. And here she goes. Why don't you tell us again about why it's important to breathe? What happens? Most people don't breathe properly enough. So go ahead and explain that a little bit.
Most people breathe very shallow, so they're not getting a full breath. And what we really want to do is get a deep breath in, so that we're taking in more oxygen. I mean, that's how we live, right? Is oxygen. And so one of the things that breath does to kind of it can be really, really helpful in calming us down in stressful situations. And we need to be able to utilize our breath in a different way than just, we don't think about it, I guess. And that's really important.
Last one.
Yeah. Yet it can be so helpful for many of us when we get anxious or stressed. So it's really important to utilize your breath.
So so in the last one she's going to do, it's going to involve the mini band. So while she gets that on, what you said about breath is critical, and the more you can practice breathing consciously, one, if you want to change your emotional state, or like Annie said, if you suffer from anxiety, if you feel like out of control, the more you get to breath, the better. The other advantage of breath is, and you're starting to see it in lots of other fitness places, is to teach the breath, because again, if you're a shallow breather, then it causes all sorts of stuff, stress and pressure on the back. So these are called mini band walks. So I'm going to have Annie look up now. So you want to be as tall as you can, and she just is stepping to the side. So let's have you step 4 or 5 to the side, Annie. And what she's doing is, so that looks like that. And now she moved the band down below. When it's above the knees or around the knees, it's a little bit easier. Now it's a little bit harder. Okay, and now we'll have her do the hardest. So the progression would be around the knees, around the ankles, and then what we call around the insteps. And again, it's just pure physics. That's what makes it hard. And you can see it's a little bit harder to do. And again, this is really good on developing all the small hip muscles, so that we're trying to improve hip mobility, trying to build some hip strength when we do these. So those are the 5 activities. I'll have her stop. I want to repeat the activities. And Annie will do them as I do them. The first one is a leg kick, back and forth, good. She'll turn to the side now. She'll do a leg swing. And then she'll go into out the window, up, out, whip, up, out, whip. Then she'll go into a groin stretch. Why don't you do it on the side now, because we showed it this way before, so you can see it. So basically, she's stepping to the side. Great posture. Her head's up. Her back is flat. She's doing it on both sides. And then you saw the mini band. We don't have to put the mini band back on. So those are the 5 exercises, and I'll let Annie end this.
All right, have a great day, and stay tuned. 2 more videos. The next one is on shoulder rotation and mobility. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.